Every other Spartan.
What's going on, people? It's the Xbot 448, a part of the official WeGameHere.com. And today, it's time for my Halo 5 review. I would have done it sooner, but I can't stop playing the game. And not for anything, it's actually a pretty good thing because I, kind of let everybody else do their reviews. And then hopefully I could come in and kind of put the common sense into the review and give you guys a good rating for the game. Now, let's start off talking about this game. And one of the big things that really catches me aesthetically is the lighting. The lighting in this game is absolutely magnificent. You can see from the different lights that are in the space stations to the way the skybox is lit up at certain points in time, the color refraction off the clouds, all the reflective materials. It just seems like the light bounces really good in this game. It is a really big immersion factor. It's something that really, it's one of those things graphically that it really boosts Halo 5 compared to Halo 4. Now Halo 4 was really good, but that was based on, last gen technology. And you can see the lighting in this game really improves the overall graphics of this game. Now, another really cool thing is the sound. Everything sounds incredibly crisp. I'm not a big fan of the Promethean weapons, but and how they sound. But I do have to say the amount of detail and richness within the sounds when they do fire and such, I can't say anything. It's top notch. It's high quality. And any good thing that you can say about high quality sound is basically what's in this game. Now, in terms of graphics, it does look good. There are a couple, I guess I would call them minor setbacks, but when you look for this, that's when you're really going to see it, and that is lower textures on the ground. Now, there's so much stuff happening in this game, whether you're in multiplayer or whether you're in campaign, that you're hardly ever going to stare at the ground. It seems that in the campaign, they have made one or two missions where you just kind of go around and talk to people. And when you do these missions, these lower detailed textures that are on the ground are magnified, kind of like times 10, because all you're doing is walking around. And, it does take away from the immersion of the game a little bit. It is going to affect my score a little bit, because if they didn't have those missions in there, I might not have even seen it going through the campaign. With that being said, let's talk about gameplay and movement. 60 frames per second all the way around. This game is incredibly smooth. Not only that, I am a big fan of the Spartan abilities, because now basically you feel like a genetically enhanced super soldier. You can do things that the Marines can't do. You're not just bigger than them and stuff, but you can jump up and you can ground pound on enemies. You can do a really kind of like earth-shattering shoulder charge on your enemies. You can jump up and let your stabilizers kind of like hang you in the air while you're aiming. You just really feel like a super soldier in this game. And with that 60 frames per second, it is incredibly quick and incredibly smooth. Now, I want to talk about the campaign, but I want to talk about it in two ways. I want to talk about it as me, a Halo fan, somebody who's played Halo for, basically Halo 1 through 4, ODST, all that good stuff, that, somebody who knows the background of Halo. And in this instance, I believe the campaign is incredibly solid. Is it mind-blowingly great? I don't think so. But it is incredibly solid, and it does show where Halo is going for, Halo 6 and beyond. Now, when it comes to where it's going, I'm going to do I'm going to do a video in the future saying whether I think it's a right direction or not. But I will let you know that the twist in this game, with me being a Halo fan and getting attached to the characters and such, the twist kind of pulls at your heart if you are the same type of person, same type of gamer, if you've been there with Halo, if you've grown attached to the characters, there is a tug at your heartstrings in this game. They do have your usual, I guess you could call them scorpion levels. They do have a mantis level and stuff like that. So they have a variation within the campaign. There is one, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it has to be the most incredible mission in the game. A really unique way to look at things. And if you play through the campaign and you get to this mission, I hope you remember I said this. It is incredible, and I had a blast doing it. It's really quick though, but it is absolutely incredible. Now let's go into multiplayer, because there's a lot to talk about with the multiplayer. Basically, the multiplayer has something for everybody, which is why there's a lot to talk about. I am a personal fan of Arena. Arena brings back that balanced, competitive style, 4 versus 4 Halo that I kind of grew up with. Now, everybody comes with the same loadouts, the assault rifle and the handgun. They have the power weapons and the power-ups in the map, and basically it goes back to a time when you had to control the power weapons and the power-ups to try to win the game. I love the fact that they went back to this, and at 60 frames per second, it feels so good. The Spartan abilities translate very well into the multiplayer, and you really, for lack of a better term, you really feel like a badass when you can get a ground and pound, or you can get a shoulder charge on somebody that's not expecting it. That fun factor, that competitive fun factor that I felt in the early Halos is back again. And thank you 343 for taking that amount of time to really revamp Arena. They hired pro gamers to keep testing the levels, and they used their feedback on how the levels should be changed, and they completely balanced everything out. Within Arena, they have the Team Slayer, which has kind of like the capture the flag objectives, stronghold objectives, basically holding down certain points in the map. They have just regular Slayer, but it's still a team, and that's basically go out and shoot the other team. They do have SWAT, which has none of the shields, so one headshot is one headshot, and that gives you, your points. And they have Breakout. Breakout is a very kind of like unique team-based game where if you die in a match in Breakout, you have to wait till the next round. Now, they have 5 rounds in Breakout, but when you die on one, you got to wait until the next one. And your basic goals there are either to take out the other team completely or somehow, some way, grab the flag that's in the middle of the map and bring it back to the flag point on your side without dying. And like I said, once you die, you have to wait till the next round. Now, you have to win the best out of 5 rounds. Really cool team concept. I wouldn't go into it with randoms. I would really go into it with people you know, people you trust, and people you can communicate with. Now, the big thing is Warzone. And a lot of people have been talking about Warzone because of what they call the rec system. And I will let you guys know right now that the rec system is not a pay-to-win thing. You can pay for rec packs, but you don't have to. I earn a ton of points in Warzone, and I unlock rec packs. Not only that, but you don't only earn the points in Warzone, but you earn them in like Arena. You earn them in the multiplayer stuff that you play. Whether it's SWAT, whether it's Team Slayer, whether it's free-for-all. You earn rec points when you're playing this stuff. I do kind of wish you were earning rec points with campaign, but that's just because I am addicted to rec packs. Rec packs give you everything from customizations for your armor and helmet to vehicles and weapons that you can use only in Warzone. Let me repeat that. Only in Warzone. So it's not a pay-to-win type thing. I've seen people come out like teams, because it's 12 versus 12. I've seen teams come out with like 6 or 7 ghosts at a time, but then the other team comes out with like 3 rocket launchers and takes care of all of them. Like, it is incredibly balanced. That is one of the things 343 has paid a lot of attention to within Halo 5 and the multiplayer. It's balance. Now, I could go on and on about how to earn rec packs and stuff like that, but I'm going to do that in another video, and I'm going to use the Elgato to kind of actually show people, because there's been some confusion on how to use your cards in Warzone and stuff, and for that, it's not the easiest thing for just anybody to pick up, okay? And I want to show that in another video. But all in all, this game is incredibly addictive to me. It brings back that old feeling of Halo, but it also has the freshness of being a next gen, or this gen, being an Xbox One exclusive title. A true Xbox One exclusive. Now, to round everything up, I review, 1 out of 10, 1 being the absolute worst, 10 being the best. And for those people who like numbers and game reviews, I'm going to have to give this game a 9 out of 10. It would have been more or less a 9.5 to maybe a 9.7. But I did have to take away for the fact that, people who are new to Halo, I don't think they would get as attached to the characters and such as, somebody who has been familiar with the franchise, who has grown attached to these characters. I'm not sure if a natural attachment will grow for the characters that are in Halo 5 for somebody who just started playing and this is the first game that they're playing out of the franchise. And for, the lower textures on the ground. Now, it wouldn't have been such a big issue if they didn't put in these missions where you're walking around and talking to people. In other words, they're just giving you an excuse to look around at stuff. And, of course, that's where I saw it the most. But all in all, this game, in the campaign, there are so many characters to basically shoot at. So many Covenant, so many Prometheans. I believe it's the most that has been in a Halo campaign ever at once. And with the verticalness of the maps in the campaign and in the multiplayer as well, it brings a new aspect to Halo that I believe it was needed. And it feels fresh. The game still gives you that class of, the traditional competitive multiplayer, but it brings a lot of new things to the table. And I think 343 did an amazing job with this. If you like this video, as usual, definitely give it that thumbs up. Definitely hit up the comment section. I want to know what you guys think. Did you pick up Halo 5? Are you going to pick up Halo 5 now? Because I said, my review. And as always, subscribe. But as for now, this is the Xbot 448, and I am definitely signing off.
One time, and it's very funny. It's actually pretty funny, but then, probably, even if it's just 3 times, everybody asks why you're so mean always, even though you only said the mean thing like maybe 6 times, 9 times tops.
White and nerdy, think I'm just too white and nerdy, think I'm just too white and nerdy, can't you see I'm white and nerdy, look at me, I'm white and nerdy.